Welcome back to this video. All right, so now let's take a look at more HTML elements that we can work with. All right, so here we're going to be looking at the media elements, starting with the img tag. All right, so we have a tag that is responsible for displaying images to our user called the img tag. So here I'll just do the r and then we want to do img. So the img tag comes with two attributes, which is the src and the alt. And also, if you notice here, the img tag does not have a closing tag. So this means that this img tag is a block element, meaning that it's not required, a closing tag is not required for it before it can be able to function. All right, so now let us create a source where we can be able to first fetch our image from. All right, so in this case, I usually like creating a folder where I can be able to save all of my images file, image file. All right, so here I'll go to the top right corner here, and remember I told you that the first icon you see here is for opening a new file, and then the other one is for opening a new folder. So you come to where you have a folder here, and here you want to create a new folder, and you want to call this folder images. You can call it images or img, any one of it goes fine. All right, so we have our images folder created now. Okay, so it's inside this images folder, that's where we are going to be saving all of the files that we need to work with our web project here. Okay, so you can take any pictures from your computer, or just go to your browser and search for free stock images. All right, so you can come to a website here known as unsplash.com. All right, so here in unsplash.com you can get free stock images. So for instance, let's say you want to search for apple. Okay, so we come down to apple now, and you see, different kind of apple images that you can use to build your project. All right, so I like this one, so I'll pick this, but this is actually giving me the rectangular vibe, so I want something that is square. All right, so I think I saw something cool up here. All right, let's see, I want to stick with, okay, let's say I want to stick with this. All right, so here I just come here, look at this image, and then download this image here. All right, so now the next thing you want to do after you finish downloading the image is now to go and put that image into the folder that you just created. All right, so here you come to your files and go to download. So this is where you find your download. So all you can do is to just open your VS Code and also go to your where you just downloaded the image now. All right, so this is where we have it. So you can just drag this into your folder by coming here and coming to images like this. All right, so this file now is saved into this img folder. All right, or if this is not looking clear to you, all you can do is to go to your desktop. All right, where you have saved, where you have created your parent folder, which is Jupyter in this case. So you come in here, then inside your project folder, which is first web, you open that, and then where you have created, because you find the imgs folder that you created on your studio code, you find it inside your project folder here. So all you can just do is just to open this folder and then paste your image here. All right, so any one of these ways works fine. All right, so now we have our image now existing inside our folder. All right, so the next thing now is we want to actually display this image to our users through our html structure. All right, so the next thing we can do now is where we add src, which means source. All you want to do is to start with a forward slash. Now what does this forward slash means? This forward slash means that you are telling html to go to the root of your project. All right, so the root of your project has some set of files and folders there, so it's going to display everything it can find. All right, everything you can find in the root section of your web project. All right, so now you can tell it's saying here that it can find a folder and two files. All right, so which one of these do you want to add as an image source? All right, so here we know that our image is existing in the images folder, so we come here, and then the images folder open up for you and tells you that, oh, I can find one image here. Is this the image you're interested in? So you select this image here and say, yes, that's the image I want to display to my user. Okay, so now you go back to your browser and come back into your live server page, and here you would now find your image displayed here. But now, as you can see, this image is looking too big. All right, this is looking too big, and this is we can't even see anything or else, we do the overflow format, and this is just too big. So how do we solve this problem now on HTML? All right, yes, there's a way to actually solve this problem. All right, to solve that kind of problem, all you need to do is to add an inline style. All right, or go to your external CSS and style it properly. We are getting there. We will get to CSS, and you see how we can be able to use CSS to give our HTML structure a wonderful feel. All right, but for now, we are not going to CSS now, so we are not going to give this image an inline style. All right, so in order for you to give it an inline style, you want to put your cursor inside the img tag and then call out the style attribute. All right, so in the style attribute, all we want to do here is to give it an height. All right, so you come to height and then we set a value for this height. All right, so let's say we want to give this 300 pixel. All right, so now let's go back to our browser and see how that looks like. Okay, so you can see this now. The image is now visible, and then we can see this image properly now. All right, so this is how you can quickly give your image elements a quick style. All right, using the inline styling method. All right, but not to worry, we are going to get to CSS soon, and then you can see the various ways in which you can style your HTML project. So this is how you add an image now, all right, to your HTML project. Okay, so moving on, let's see how we can be able to add the an audio file. All right, so let's assume that I want to add an audio to our website or our application. How do we do that? All right, so you can do that using the same method that you use for your image. All right, there's also a tag known as the audio tag. All right, so we are going to call out the audio tag here now and say audio like this. And here our audio tag has both an opening tag and a closing tag. All right, so but it comes with the src attributes just like the img tag also, so meaning that we need to have a source where we are going to be able to pull out our audio file. All right, so you can actually pick up an audio file from your laptop. That's also fine, or you can as well go to a free website where you can get free music for your project. All right, so you can use let's see, or we'll just go to Google. All right, let's go to Google and search for free royalty music. So we can see this now. So okay, yeah, this is what I was trying to look for, Pixabay. Okay, so we can go to Pixabay and pick up an a music file rather from Pixabay. All right, so here you see you find different kind of beautiful sounds that you can work with. So let's play this and see how that sounds. All right, next one, and just pick any sound that you like, that you want to add to your project, and all you just need to do after you've gotten that sound is just to come to where you find download here, and you'll be able to download this to your computer. All right, so I'll quickly download that now. All right, so sorry, I have a very slow network. All right, so it's finished downloading now. Okay, so yeah, we now come back to our project as usual. I want to open our download file, so we can find this here. So the first thing we want to do now is to first create a folder where we are going to save our audio files. So we can call this audio. All right, so in here we are now going to drag our audio that we just downloaded into that folder. So you just drag this, all right, into your folder here, which is called audio. So you find your audio now in there, or you follow the same method I taught you if you want to do it directly from inside your folder. All right, so yeah, after doing that, the next thing we want to do now is to now since we have a source where we have our audio file existing, then here we just come down here, and as usual you want to do the forward slash and then go into your audio folder, and then you select this audio file. Now we have added the audio that I want to display on our website. So going back to our website now, all right. So here you see that even as we have added that, we cannot find any audio file here. We can't see anything. What's happening? Yes, that is because there is an attribute that you need to add to your audio tag before you can be able to see your audio file. All right, and that is the controls. All right, the controls attribute. All right, so this controls attribute is actually what is controlling the music that you just added there. So without this controls attribute, you won't be able to see the music on your website. But now that we've added controls, let's go back in here, and boom, you can see this now that we have our audio file existing now. So when you click on play, the music starts playing and all of it like that. All right, so this is how you add an audio file into your project. All right, so moving on, let's take a look at how to add our video file. All right, so let's, in case we want to add a video into our project, how do we do that? All right, so that's pretty um easy. Also, the same method that you have used while creating your img and audio, that's the same method we are using here. So you just call out the video tab here, and then you want to create a new folder. All right, create a new folder, and you want to call this video, like this. All right, so the next thing you want to do is to have our video existing in this folder. So you go back where we used to get our free stuffs. So on Splash you can search for a video. All right, so let me go back to the home page and change my search to video. All right, or better still, let's go to pexels. All right, so pexel just changes to videos, and here let's say I want to search for ocean. All right, let's say I want to search for ocean. All right, so we wait for it to give us what it can find. So you see different beautiful, ocean videos that we can add into our HTML project. All right, so let me just say I want to stick with this. All right, so yeah, you find it and just click on free download, and then it's just going to be downloading its own thing. So wait for it to do that. So you can see the video playing. So this is the video that we want to add to our HTML project now. So let's wait for it to finish downloading. So here is the downloaded video. So let's add this video now to our project. So yeah, I come here now and then drag this to your video folder. All right, so we have this now existing here. So the next thing we want to do now is close this up, come to where you have source, and as usual your forward slash search video, and then you want to select the video. All right, so we have this now. Now let's go to our browser and see if we can play this video. All right, so you come here and you can see this, you can see our image, our video file here. So with your knowledge of inline style, let's style this, and then let's give it a height of say 300 pixels too. So come back here and let's see that. So this our video, but it's just showing like as an image file, it's not playing. So as usual, we come here and we want to give it a an attribute of what controls. All right, and let's see that. And as you can see now, the video file can now play. All right, so we have our video playing now. All right, so in a situation that you want this image to keep playing and playing and playing even while it stops, you want it to play. All right, you can add an attribute known as loop. All right, so this means that the image will just keep playing and playing without stopping. All right, so let's watch this and see if it's going to just keep playing without stopping. All right, so let's see that. So as you can see now, it's 15 seconds again now, and it's just playing. So you can see, so this is the looping effect. All right, so this, it should just keep playing. So in a situation whereby when you just come to this page, you want this video to just start playing automatically by itself, all you need to do is just to add another attribute here known as the autoplay. Right, the autoplay attribute. So this means that whenever the page is loaded, the video just starts playing immediately. All right. So okay, so autoplay is not playing. Let's see that again. Okay, it's still not playing. So let's go back in here. And the reason why it's not playing is because the way most browsers are built now is that when an image that is meant to autoplay, when it's being loaded, all right, on the browser, they expect the audio to be muted. All right, so that's why we're going to add a new attribute here known as muted. So whenever you want to do an autoplay, you must add muted. All right, so when you come here now and you check this out, you see now that the image is autoplaying itself. So I refresh this again, and boom, it's autoplaying itself. All right, so this is how you can add your media elements into your project. All right, so let's take a look at some other tags. All right, so let's say we want to create a list. All right, we want to create a list using HTML. All right, so how do you do that? Okay, so in order for you to create a list using HTML, all right, you can do this in two ways. All right, we have the UL tag, and then we have the OL tag. Now, what is the UL tag? The UL tag is known as the unordered list. All right, the unordered list, while the OL tag is known as the ordered list. All right, so let me open up my notepad. So yeah, yeah, say UL, all right, which means unordered list, right? And then we have the OL, which means the ordered, all right, list. All right, so these are the two type of lists that we have, or that we are going to be using in HTML. All right, so here the let's see how the UL tag works. All right, so this UL simply means that the list that you are trying to make or create is just going to be in an unordered format. All right, it doesn't have to be in a specific order. All right, and that's the reason why it's always coming out with the bullet point mark. All right, so here let's say we want to make a list of fruits. All right, we want to make a list of fruits. So for us to make a list of fruits in the unordered way, the first thing you need to do is to call out the tag that will be responsible for making this list happen. So here we're going to say UL, and whenever you're making use of any of the listing tag, either the UL or the OL tag, all right, you need to now follow it up with the LI tag, which is actually going to be holding the list items. All right, so here I've called out the UL tag. Then the next thing I want to do now is to break this tag, all right, into two. So in between this tag now, I will now call out the LI tag. All right, and this is what's now going to hold the list item that I'm trying to display. So I said I want to display list of fruits. All right, so here let's say I want to call this apple. All right, come down again and do li. So I want to call this orange. Li again, and you want to call this let's say mango. Then let's do li again. I want to call this banana. All right, so now I've made a list item of 4 fruits in an unordered way. So let's see how this looks like on the browser. So you come here, and boom, you can see this now. You can see them in bullet points, in no special order at all. All right, so this is how you make a list using the UL tag. So let's see how we can do that making use of the OL tag. It's just pretty much the same way, but only that you're going to be calling out the OL tag instead of the UL tag. So here, let's say you now say OL. All right, then as usual, break this out and call out the LI tag. And here let's say we want to make a list of colors. All right, so here I would say yellow. We have li, you see blue, li again, and this should be green, and then li again, and this is red. All right, so if you check this on your browser now, you see this in the format of 1 2 3. All right, so when you come here now and you see this now, all right, so we can see that we have this in 1 2 3 4. All right, because we have decided to make use of the ordered list. All right, So now let's assume we want to change the list type from 1, 2, 3, 4 to probably ABC or Roman numeral. All right, to do that, all you need to do is come here and in your OL tag, you want to now say use the attribute of type. All right, and if it is for ABC, all right, you just come and choose this A here, maybe the capital A or the small a, and if for Roman numeral, you choose any one of them, if it's a capital Roman numeral or the lowercase own. So here, let's say you want to do A like this. So when you come here now, what do you find? See them A, B, C, D. All right, so if it's the Roman numeral, all right, so let's say I'm using the capital. So when you come here, you see them what the Roman numeral format. All right, so this is how you change your list type using the OL tag. All right, so in the next video you're going to see how we can be able to use some of these elements, all right, together with our new knowledge to create a table and a form. All right, so I'll see you on the next video.